Dads, when did your father cross a line he could never uncross? When he secretly changed my newborn son's birth certificate to continue his toxic legacy. My name is Richard, so is my father's, and his father's. 5 generations of Richards, handed down like a curse no one had the guts to break. As a kid, I thought I hated the name. Then I realized I hated what the name meant. My dad used his hands for 2 things only: discipline and prayer, just like every Richard before him. Everyone assumed I'd turn out the same way, but I fought against that my whole life. When my wife, who I treat like the goddess she is, got pregnant, I knew 2 things. First, my son would never hear that boys don't cry or that fists solve problems. Second, he would not be named Richard. We picked a beautiful name together. When he was born looking like his mother, we thanked God. The morning after birth, Dad visited the hospital. "How's the new little Ricky doing?" I took a deep breath, told him our son's actual name. He looked confused. "Well, that can be his middle name, but Richard's going on the certificate, right?" "No," I said. "It isn't." Long pause. Then he muttered, "Ungrateful little shut," and left. We thought that was the end of it. We'd gotten off easy. We were wrong. 2 days after we got home, dozens of birth announcements arrived at our friends' houses. Beautiful cards we hadn't sent. My father had. "Welcome Richard," last name, 6th of his name, proud to continue the tradition. I thought he was just being a stubborn prick, until our son's birth certificate arrived in the mail. Richard. My hands shook. This wasn't possible. I confronted my father. He proudly admitted everything. He'd logged into our hospital's patient portal using my information, submitted a request to change our baby's name to Richard, said I was letting my hormonal wife talk me into an unforgivable error in judgment. Since he and I have the same name, the hospital thought it was me submitting the request. They granted it. He had gone behind my back and legally changed my son's name. My wife cried. I was beyond livid. First, I went straight to the courthouse, changed it back. Then I contacted the hospital, changed every password, locked him out of everything. Then I did something better. I called my father with a smile in my voice, invited him to his grandson's christening. He showed up early with a gold monogrammed rattle, to my namesake, engraved on the side. The church was packed. All his friends, our family, everyone he'd sent those announcements to. The priest looked over the crowd. "Do we present Elijah James to be baptized?" My father's mouth fell open. The rattle clattered to the floor. I held my son, walked right up to him, whispered so only he could hear, "He will never have your name, and I will never be like you." He stood up, face red, walked out mid-service without another word. Haven't heard from him since. Don't expect to. 5 generations of toxic Richards ended with me. My son is free to be whoever he wants to be, and that gold rattle makes a great paperweight.